TCM shop.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. Thanks so much for being with us. Shirley Jones has been a staple in movies, on television, and on the stage since the 1950s. From her performances in the movie versions of Rodgers and Hammerstein's great musicals Oklahoma and Carousel, to her Oscar-winning role in Elmer Gantry. Well, having been a former guest programmer here on TCM, she's very much a part of the TCM family. And right now we're going to bring you 4 movies starring Shirley Jones, including that Academy Award-winning Elmer Gantry. And also the charming comedy, The Courtship of Eddie's Father. All that later on tonight. Well, to help me introduce these films is a top authority on the career of Shirley Jones, and that's a lady herself. Welcome, Shirley.
Thank you,
Welcome
Robert.
back, I should say.
It's very nice to be here.
Good to have you here.
Thank you. Me too.
Well, the first Shirley Jones movie we have for you is one of the great jewels in her portfolio, a movie in which she's a librarian named Marion. It's a delightful movie adaptation of Meredith Willson's famous stage musical, The Music Man. This film version, released by Warner Brothers in 1962, starring Robert Preston in the title role. Well, this movie is some film, and tell us how you got involved in it.
Well, I was cast. I was the first person cast. I guess because I'd already done musical movies,
Right.
you know. And
there weren't many being done in those days,
This was a little later on.
right?
No, exactly right. This was later on. This was after. This was 1960, 61, you know. And I was the first person cast. And the interesting thing is that, you know, Frank Sinatra was supposed to do it. And Warner Brothers was producing it, and they were about to sign Frank. Frank was, I mean, the contract was there. And Meredith Willson came in and said, unless you use Robert Preston, you don't do my show.
Really?
Yeah, and that's how Preston...
Because that's the part everybody wanted to play.
Oh, I
Such a great
know,
part.
but Preston had done it 3 years on Broadway and won the Tony Award, you know.
But it wasn't kind of a movie name at that point.
No, exactly right, and certainly not for musicals.
Right.
You know, but boy, I was thrilled.
Yeah.
He was so wonderful to work with, and the musical itself, I think, is one of the finest of all time. You know, it's a perfect story.
Right.
And it was Meredith Willson's life, you know, in the small town, and he was a musical genius, you know. So I think it's a perfect musical.
Yeah, a great role for you at that point, too.
Oh, yeah, it was wonderful, yes.
And great songs.
Because it was a real woman. I wasn't a little girl anymore,
Yeah,
you know.
right.
And it was really wonderful, beautiful music. And I loved it. I do, when I do my concerts now, I show film clips of all the movies I've done, the musicals. And that one in particular is the one that people love to see, you know.
While you were making that movie, that you got your Oscar?
Yes,
for Elmer Gantry?
Exactly.
You had to leave early one night?
I was in the middle, yes. I was in the middle of doing the film, and that was Oscar night, 1960. And I was pregnant with Patrick, my middle son at that time. You know, all during that movie, I was pregnant with Patrick, which is a story I tell. But yes, it was very exciting.
Yes. Well, thanks so much for being here. And now on to one of your wonderful movies. Here it is, from 1962, directed by Morton DaCosta. The second, actually, of only 3 features that he ever directed. And co-starring my very special guest, Shirley Jones, here's Meredith Willson's The Music Man.